Hey everyone, welcome to MoneySenseMedia. The renovations for the basement are finally completed and over. And so I wanted to give you a quick tour of what it looked like. Here is the steps that we added on the side of the house in order to gain access to the basement. So the contractor did a great job of giving me the right elevations in order for us to be able to access the basement, and obviously it goes all the way to the side of the house. We did a bit of landscaping here in the back, but you won't be able to see it because it's covered by snow, but essentially it's about a 10 by 10 space that's totally covered with snow. And obviously we changed the patio door and replaced it with a regular standalone door. So let's go in there and take a look at what that looks like. Okay, so we are coming in here. I'm just going to change angles so there's a bit of the better lighting. So the renovations are done. I'm going to say 97% are done. And so I'm going to take a couple of minutes and just show you what it actually looks like. Here is the open living area where people can put a couch, a TV, and just hang out. And I'm saying people, one person, because this is a bachelor, and that's what we're going to look for from a tenant basis. Here, you're seeing the washer dryer area, which is simply very small condo style washer dryer. I will say that I'm adding a barn door here that's not come in yet. It'll come in a couple of days. That's the only thing that's left, and obviously we're going to connect the washer dryer. If you look here, you see the galley kitchen, brand new, with all brand new appliances. It's right next to the door. And obviously we wanted to keep it tight and compact. You have all the major appliances here that are in the right size, right? So everything is sized for a full-size kitchen, and a nice modern sink. There's a bit of an area that we have here under the stairs that serves as a bit of a storage area right under the stairs. And here you have the main bedroom. So this is a decent size. I'm going to say it's about 12 feet, 10 feet by 8 feet approximately. And there's obviously a full-size window that's 46 inches by 32 inches that we got from Home Depot. The heights here are pretty good, 7 feet-ish, if not more, right here. And then here, it drops down to about 6.5 feet. So the basement was already in great shape when we got here. Obviously nothing was finished. We did everything from scratch. I added a bit of a heating thermostat here, just so that whoever's here can actually control their own heating. And last but not least, you've got a bit of storage space here, a bit of a closet for the person who's going to come in here. This is a fire-rated door that's going to be locked. As we're separating the two units for the tenants upstairs and downstairs. And then from my perspective, the pièce de résistance in this renovation was the bathroom. Contractors did a phenomenal job with the bathroom, and my wife really likes it. So take a look at this. So very nice, very clean in terms of the bathroom. Modern, white backsplash with black finishes all over the place. It looks really nice and sharp. A full-size 30-inch vanity so that they have tons of space. Big, nice bronze and black mirror. And obviously the floors are heated. And that feels so good. Totally. And here you have access to the furnace room. And there you have it. So coming out of the bathroom, back to the kitchen area and the main door here. So I'll shoot a separate video showing the cost of this renovation and the income. My agent was just here a moment ago. She took pictures and we're going to list it tonight. And we're going to see what kind of traffic and what kind of quality tenants we're able to get in here. But originally when we did this renovation, we were looking for someone who would pay at least $1,300 a month. Now, with the finishes that we've done and with everything that we've done with this place, turning it into a legal secondary dwelling unit, if we're able to get a little bit more, that would be awesome. I'm going to share with you the 5 things that I think are key takeaways if you're going to build a legal secondary dwelling in Ontario. So obviously you need to get all your permitting and all your drawing in order, and I'm going to have a separate video that talks about that. But the 5 things that I really learned are the following. The first is that you need to make sure that you have the right level of lighting that comes into the unit. And so in this case, my doors that have a see-through panel, that have some light coming in through, actually counts as additional lighting coming into the home. And the window that I added here absolutely does the job. Now, I also added another window in the bedroom, which means that I'm exceeding the code requirement from a lighting perspective that comes into the home. The second thing is your furnace room. So in my situation, the furnace room, which is right here, is considered part of the first unit. So I have to fire rate all of the sides of the furnace room, which means 5/8 drywalls inside and out, all around, plus 2 fire doors, which is money. I also had to fire rate the ceiling as part of the building code as well. So it's a bit tricky, but it's something that is needed if you're gonna have a legal secondary dwelling unit. The third thing I would share with you is tied to plumbing. So one of the things that the code requires is, at least in theory, is that you need a shutoff valve for water, an independent shutoff valve for water for both units. And so my basement tenant can turn his water off without impacting upstairs and vice versa. Now, it's in the code, but not every inspector is gung-ho about applying that code to the letter. In this particular case, I had to do it, and so I simply did it. The fourth thing I would share with you is tied to plumbing again. It's tied to my vanity, my sink for my kitchen. And so there was not enough slope for me to get from the sink to my main stack at the house. And so what we ended up having to do is to purchase from Home Depot a Sanofi pump in order to push the water through my ceiling up to the main stack. And so my inspectors weren't too fond about that approach, even though it's totally legal and you can do it. But it's something that we have to take into consideration when we're doing the renovations. And last but not least, fire rating protection, generally speaking, is significantly higher when you're doing a legal secondary dwelling unit. So every wall in this basement, for all intents and purposes, is fire rated 5/8 drywalls in order to make sure that this entire unit is self-contained, self-isolated, and works from that perspective. So these are top of mind, the 5 things that I think you need to be mindful of in terms of doing a legal secondary dwelling unit in Ontario. I'm hoping that this video is helpful for someone out there. I'm going to shoot a separate video that tells you specifically how much I paid for the property, what the net income is, what my ridiculous renovation budget ended up being, and all that fun stuff. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.